Hello, this is feedback for the speaking listening mock exam that we had on Tuesday, and this is for Anna and Adam. The speaking listening exam that you had, it went really well. I can tell you from now that you passed, and I'm going to elaborate a little further, talk about each section of the exam and give you feedback. First of all, we started with so the topic was fashion and it was clothes, and the first part which was the discussion. Anna, you started with your own opinion, which is fine. You said how you looks like is really important. I think you meant to say how you look like. Let's remember that we're level 1, and at level 1 we are expected to at least have mastered completely the present simple tense, present simple, past simple, and the perfect tenses. If we make a couple of little mistakes, maybe on pronunciation of a difficult word or a very difficult passive tense, that would be acceptable. But present simple really is something that we should have learnt by entry 2 or entry 3. So I'd like you to try and pay more attention, please. How you look like is really important. You gave your opinion and then you gave your reason for it, which was very good. This is again still for Anna. You said, if you have something in your mind, that's amazing for me. So I think you were trying to say, if obviously you have a brain and you can use it and you are someone who is thoughtful, so it's the inside that counts more than the outside and the clothes. I think that's what you were trying to say. You started off really well, but then you didn't pass the conversation on, and so Adam had to pick up and just give his own opinion. There was no link between what Anna had said and what Adam had to say. And that is why we say, once you've given your piece, once you've finished your part of the speech, please, please, please invite your partner to carry on with the conversation by asking them a question. Adam, you started with saying that you agree with Anna, and you said that what's important in each person is the clothes that they wear. You said each season has something that's important. You said you have a great passion for fashion, which was really good. But again, Adam, you didn't pass on the conversation either. One part of the speaking listening exam in level 1 is called Speak to Communicate. And if I just listen and I speak, but I do not invite my partner to carry on with the conversation, unfortunately I won't get the full marks. That's why I'm really emphasizing, once you've finished your part of the speech, please, please, please invite your partner to carry on by asking, what do you think? Do you agree with me? What's your view on this? What's your opinion? Etc, etc. Then we went to the formal presentation, and it was Anna who was student A, so you started first. You gave a clear plan, you gave your opinion, your reason and example, and that will definitely be in your favor. For each point you gave your opinion, you gave the reason to your opinion, and you gave a very clear example, especially the one, for example, where African people might not need to wear something very warm because of their climate. So this is an example that would stay in the mind or in the head of your partner or even the examiner, and that's the power of an example. I think, Anna, one of the words you used, you said klima, and I think you were trying to say climate. Again, at level 1, a very simple word such as climate should really be pronounced clearly and correctly, please. You gave your opinions, which were really good, and then you said, finally, I'd like to finish my presentation and say da-da-da-da, so you gave a very clear conclusion to all of it as well. So that was very well presented, very good. Adam, with your presentation, you also did very well. You focused on the point that it's not important what they wear. The fact is that they have grown up with what they wear, so this is who they are. It's about mankind. And you also mentioned the fact that there are different occasions, and you gave a beautiful example that you, for example, have to or can't wear a specific suit to absolutely any ceremony. So again, this is the power of the example that you used. When talking about culture affecting clothes, you mentioned the weather. And you give a beautiful word, since you've been in the UK, I'm more assimilated with the rich culture. That vocabulary that you used, Adam, that in itself would have added extra marks to your presentation. Well done. Adam, regarding the questions that you asked from Anna's presentation, you started by saying, do you see that it's important to respect someone with clothes and fashion? I think you were trying to ask, do you say? And so firstly, we need to make sure that the pronunciation is correct. And secondly, why would you ask a question with do you? What Anna said is in the past, so the question word should start with did you. Is that right? The next question you asked, do you think we can judge from people from what they wearing? He's good. I know what you're trying to say here in this question, but I'm sure you agree that your question pattern is all over the place. So I think when we get back next week, or hopefully the week after, we're going to work on forming the correct question, which I know everybody knows, but again, it's still something we need to work on. Anna, your questions you had for Adam's presentation, you said, did you mention about traditional clothes? And then you carried on the question. That in itself is a question. Did you mention? I think you were trying to say you mentioned about traditional clothes. So let's make sure that we're giving the correct question at the end of the presentation. You then gave a comment for the second part. You said it was interesting because I can see that they're wearing something different. But this is where Adam interrupted. And I've seen in a few occasions where Adam, I know you're very enthusiastic and you want to give your view and your opinion, but if I could ask that you at least allow your partner to complete what they have to say, and then you can give your view. That would, I think, be a lot more productive. Moving on to the listening section, Anna, you got all 4 parts correct. Adam, I know you say you were distracted a little bit. You got 1 out of 4 correct. And then we moved on to the very final part, which was the discussion again. Anna, you asked the question from Adam, and you made it quite personal. You said where. I think you started by saying when, but you meant where do you prefer to live? So you made it quite personal, but that really wasn't the question. The question was, when I showed you 6 different points, the question was which of these should be taken into consideration when someone wants to choose a place to live. The question wasn't this, that where would you choose? So let's make sure that if we're asked about our own opinion, we give our own. If we're asked in general, that we need to answer in general terms as well. You mentioned the fact that young people prefer to live in the city centre to do their shopping, etc., etc., improve their skills. They want to be close to their family, and you talked about safety as well. But again, there was very little linking going on between the points. So you would mention one point, and then there would be no little discussion about it. You would just jump on to the next point. And the same goes for Adam as well. These little tips that I'm giving you, please don't be dissuaded, please don't be discouraged. I want to take your presentation level from, for example, a 65%. I want to take it to 100% because I know you two do have the potential for this. So please don't get disappointed thinking I'm nitpicking. I just want to make it perfect. So once Anna gave her opinion on each one, Adam, you started, but again, there was no asking Anna's opinion. So Adam would give his opinion about, for example, safety, but he wouldn't ask Anna's opinion about this. He would move to the next link. We need to see that link. So if you're talking about one point in the very last discussion, for example, safety, you would give your own opinion, and then you would ask Anna, what's your opinion about safety? Once you've both discussed the same point, then you would both move on to the next point. That's what I'm trying to say. Again, there was a bit of interruption going on, so if we could wait for our partner to finish what they have to say, and then we step in. At the end, Adam, you said, "I'm totally agree with you." Now, I'm sure you've corrected yourself already. I agree with you. We don't need the auxiliary am. We don't say "I'm totally agree with you." And you gave your opinion, you gave your reason, and these are very, very powerful tools that you're using if you want to get the marks. In total, like I said at the very beginning, you passed, obviously. Both of you are very, very strong students in the class. I just want to take it from an average level to a very, very high standard level. I hope this feedback has been beneficial to you, and I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.